Okay, here we are at the Open Food Pantry.
The Open Door Food Pantry, yes.
Dude, Open Door Food Pantry.
You got it.
With Julie LaFontaine.
Hi.
Are you the director? What is your official title?
Well, my official title is Executive Director, but basically that means I get to sweep the floor and go to Washington, D.C.
There you go, and go to Washington, D.C. Okay, I'd like to know, what is your mission? What is the mission of the Open Door Food Pantry?
That is a good question, because every good nonprofit has a mission, and our mission is to provide food and hospitality to those in need. There are two other parts to it, and that is providing advocacy, and also we do some job training with placement through our programs.
Wow. So do you work with Action, or are you kind of like a completely different thing, but kind of helping, trying to help the same people?
You know, we actually do help a lot of the same people, and we consider Action a great community partner. We are individual organizations, but we work very well together.
Yeah. Okay. Now, when you say the needy people, what qualifies a person to be able to come here and... Why don't you take me through the system, though? There are businesses that donate food?
Yes.
Okay, well, like what different types of businesses donate food to help your cause?
Okay, well, we have great support from our local grocery stores. We get support from Shaw's, we get support from Stop & Shop, and now Market Basket, which is terrific. We also are well supported by both Crosby's in Hamilton and Manchester and Trader Joe's. And when I say that they support us, basically it means that they are giving us food every single day of the week that would otherwise be thrown away. And last year we had more than 175,000 pounds of food that came in through the food rescue operation, and that's what that is the food rescue operation.
That's a lot of food. That's a lot of food, huh?
It is a lot of food.
Yeah. All right. So then, so you have a truck that goes out and picks up the food?
Yes, we do. We have a refrigerated truck that's out on the road 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And it has a regular route that goes around and picks up the food, brings it back to the pantry, and we load it into our baskets and into our vegetable cooler.
Sort it out.
Sort it out.
Yeah.
Most of it is usable, but we like to, give it a good once over and make sure that we're only putting out the very best things.
Because this is the time of year where, a lot of people get laid off. The seasonal help gets laid off. There's probably a lot more. Do you see seasonal trends of more people coming in the fall and the winter? Or no?
Absolutely. Actually, each season brings its own reasons for bringing people to the pantry. In the winter, as the higher costs of heating start to hit, we see more people coming through the doors. Certainly in this economy, we've seen people getting laid off. I think if you ask anyone, they know someone who's been laid off or had their hours reduced. And then, when we cycle around to the summer, people who have their kids in school receiving free lunch have them home, and they have to find ways to feed them that extra meal. Sometimes they're getting both breakfast and lunch in school, and then they're home for the summer. So, as I said, each season really brings its reasons for having people come to the pantry.
I gotcha. Yeah. So what qualifies a person? Is there a certain guideline that you use?
There is. Actually, we use the USDA income guidelines. And it's an income eligibility that's updated every single year, and it says what your family size can make and still qualify for using the food pantry. And we have those guidelines at the pantry. We do go by statement of need. If someone says, I need food, and if someone signs their name and says, we fit within these income guidelines, then you're eligible for food.
I gotcha. Well, this is a great cause, and we touched upon the businesses, but also people have, there's different events, like we're going to have the Cape Ann Bowling. We're going to encourage people to bring food to bring here afterwards for this bowling event that we're having.
Yes.
With Cape Ann Online. But what are the types of things that you are most needy of that could help?
Okay. Well, certainly sources of protein. Peanut butter is the #1 thing that we need. Peanut butter, tuna fish, cereal, and juice. Those are our top 4 items that we need here at the pantry. But certainly any food item that you would eat and carry in your cupboard would be something that could be used here.
Canned goods?
Canned goods, definitely, and certainly if you think of nutrition as much as possible. So if you're thinking about the sources of protein, even canned vegetables and fruit, although they're not the best source of nutrition, they certainly are better than nothing. So if you think of those things, that would be good.
So now we have Thanksgiving coming up very, very quickly.
Right around the corner.
Right around the corner. And you guys are having a program, and last year was very successful.
It was. So we actually, in November and December last year, provided over 1,000 holiday meal baskets. And a holiday meal basket includes a 14 to 16 pound turkey, potatoes, onions, carrots, squash, apples, stuffing, gravy, cranberry, and dinner rolls. Basically, add water and stir, and you have a Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah. So how could people, if people wanted to help provide a basket for a family or more than a family, is there a website? How would they contact you? What's the process?
Okay, so the process is that you can send a check to 28 Emerson Avenue with turkey in the memo line, and so we know that that's your intention. And you also can go to our website, which is www.foodpantry.org, and that is .org, not .com. And there is actually an online giving option there. We use a PayPal account. You make a contribution there, and again, just put turkey in the memo box when you're doing that, and we know that that's your intention for its use.
Julie, thank you so much. Why don't we take a quick tour? Why don't you show me? Why don't you show me around how it works? So, say I'm a person and I come in. And do I have to have a special card or anything, or you just recognize the people?
So we do recognize some people, but you filled out a form for me, front and back. You've answered some basic household information.
Yeah.
You've showed me your ID so that I know you live in our service area, and we're ready to roll. And actually what we do is we take a grocery cart and we put it right over here on the scale, and you get started with your choices. We go through the food choices that we have for the day. We open up our freezer and we see what we have in there. Looks like we have some ice cream up there on the top shelf, and we have some chicken patties down here.
Yep. Wow. Okay.
Okay. And then we might flip open the other door here, and of course we have lots of Gorton's products here.
Oh, there you go. Wow.
Grilled shrimp. That looks good.
Damn straight it does. So Gorton's is one of your big. They help a lot.
They help us a lot. They're a great community partner for a lot of organizations, but the Open Door Food Pantry really counts on their food products.
Okay.
So, and then we have milk, and we have eggs, yogurt, butter, big chunks of butter.
Ooh.
We get that in a block and break it down into smaller pieces.
Oh.
And then no meal is complete without some sort of sweet.
Wow, you get
sweet choice.
Pies.
And again, this comes from the food rescue that I told you about. We don't buy this, it's donated.
Yep.
And then we go through the canned select, the shelf-stable items, and cereal.
Yep.
And soups. And you can just pan across.
All kinds of stuff. Yeah, mac and cheese.
Yeah.
All the good stuff. And then you have lots of bread.
Yes,
There's
bread
like
is something we
lots
don't
of
suffer
bread.
a lack of.
Yeah, lots of bread. And then you also have fresh vegetables.
Yes, we do.
Onions. What is that? Is that rhubarb?
These are baby turnips.
Oh, baby turnips.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got, look, you got apples, cucumbers, carrots, peppers. Good selection, actually. Good, healthy selection.
It is, and people certainly think of canned corn and peanut butter when they think of the food pantry, but the fresh fruits and vegetables are really important to any diet.
Yeah. Julie, thanks for all the work you're doing. Thanks for the Cape Ann Food Pantry. And once again, how can people help with the Thanksgiving baskets?
Okay, just $30 provides a holiday meal basket for a family in your community. You can mail a check to 28 Emerson Avenue in Gloucester, or you can go to our website, www.foodpantry.org.
Julie, thanks so much.
Thank you.